Hello, Sam here, editor of Oracle Time, and today I have with me the Frederique Constant Classic Worldtimer Manufacture. In-house can be a bit of a misleading term. Sometimes it means what it sounds like, a movement made by a watchmaker for their own pieces. Too often it just means a movement exclusive to a certain brand, generally made by a third party. There's a pretty substantial gulf between the two, one that normally equates to a fair few £1,000s. Given that value for money and Frederique Constant go hand in hand, you'd assume they fall into that second, more hands-off category. They don't, and the Classic Worldtimer Manufacture shows just what they can do under their own roof. Rather than the clean, minimal look of Worldtimers like the Breitling Aviator 8 Unitime, Frederique Constant have taken the only other approach these types of watches seem to fall into. That is, having a map of the world spread all the way across the dial. It's not normally something I'm on board with, it just tends to make things a bit messy. Here though, the slate grey over black dial streamlines the look of the piece nicely. Complete with a matched white and grey 24-hour ring, the watch keeps things readable despite a fair amount going on. That said, it is still a bit busy, with the circular local time indexes feeling a bit unnecessary. The same goes for the finishing on the date subdial. It's nice to have quality finishing, but you can have too much of a good thing, and the raised map across the centre is already stretching things. At least using the watch is simple enough. It's all done through the crown. The first position lets you wind the watch, the second lets you set the date by turning the crown upwards and the city by turning it downwards, while the last position sets the time by turning the crown downwards. There are two different versions of the Worldtimer Manufacture depending on whether you opt for a plain steel or a rose gold plated version. Here we have the rose gold, which works perfectly with the slate grey, though I'm still split between this and the steel. To be honest, that might just be because plated is a bit of a dirty word in the watch world. It shouldn't be. Plating keeps the price down and makes the 42mm case a little lighter, and therefore wearable, than it would be if it were solid rose gold. Either way, you're getting a seriously good movement inside, namely the FC718 in-house caliber, complete with a solid 42-hour power reserve. It's reliable, accurate, and decorated with a healthy amount of perlage and Côte de Genève, the kind of finishing you don't often see on a watch at this price point. Which brings us to the crux of the matter. It's all well and good to build your own movement, but to keep it affordable is another matter entirely. This piece, with its handsome dial, well-timed complication, and fully manufactured movement, comes in at £3,995. It's not as cheap as some value propositions out there, but if you factor in quality, Frederique Constant's globe-trotting timepiece is hard to touch. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to like and subscribe for all the latest watch news and reviews. And don't forget to tell us in the comments what you think of the Frederique Constant Classic Worldtimer Manufacture.